Ettore Recagni, born in 1951 in Brescia, Italy, developed a love for football at an early age. Growing up in the football-centric culture of northern Italy, Recagni was introduced to the game through his local neighborhood clubs. His passion for football, combined with his natural aptitude for understanding tactics and the game's nuances, led him to pursue a career not as a player, but as a coach. From a young age, Recagni was deeply influenced by the tactical geniuses of Italian football, such as Giovanni Trapattoni and Nereo Rocco, who built their careers on defensive organization, discipline, and sharp game management. These attributes became central to Recagni's own coaching philosophy. Recagni played in lower-level divisions as a midfielder during his youth. But it was clear early on that his future would be in coaching rather than as a player. After hanging up his boots in the early 1970s, he began his coaching journey in Italy's regional leagues, where he first showcased his knack for understanding the strategic and tactical aspects of the game. His ability to develop players and build organized teams soon garnered attention from bigger clubs and footballing circles. Rise to prominence. After spending several years working with lower league clubs, Recagni's breakthrough came in 1984 when he was hired as the head coach of U.S. Cremonese, a club with a rich history in Italian football. At the time, Cremonese was struggling to establish itself in Serie A, and Recagni was tasked with leading the team through this challenging period. His experience with smaller clubs and his understanding of team dynamics made him the perfect fit for the role. Cremonese, under Recagni's guidance, started to show significant improvement, especially in defense, where Recagni's tactical setup allowed them to be compact and resilient against stronger opposition. His systematic approach to defensive organization earned him widespread praise from pundits and fellow coaches. While his teams weren't necessarily the most flamboyant going forward, they were difficult to break down, and Recagni's focus on defensive stability became a hallmark of his early coaching philosophy. In 1985, Recagni's reputation grew further when he managed to guide Cremonese to a respectable mid-table finish in Serie A, a remarkable achievement considering the club's limited resources. His ability to make the most of what he had at his disposal, along with his keen tactical mind, proved he was ready for bigger challenges. Peak of career: 1984–1989. The period between 1984 and 1989 would mark the peak of Recagni's career. His time at Cremonese had earned him the respect of the football community, but it was his appointment as the coach of Fiorentina in 1987 that would truly define his career. Fiorentina, one of Italy's most storied clubs, had struggled in the previous years, and Recagni was tasked with returning them to the upper echelons of Italian football. Recagni's approach at Fiorentina was a combination of discipline, tactical flexibility, and an emphasis on building strong team unity. His ability to make intelligent tactical changes during matches allowed him to outwit opponents, and his attention to detail during the week ensured his players were always well prepared. In his first season with Fiorentina, Recagni led the club to fourth place in Serie A, a huge improvement over their previous campaigns. His structured and disciplined approach revitalized the team, and Fiorentina's defensive solidity, one of Recagni's trademarks, was evident in their improved performances. Recagni's Fiorentina also saw the rise of several key players, including attacking talents like Roberto Baggio, who later became one of Italy's greatest football icons. Although Recagni was often praised for his defensive mindset, he understood the importance of balance, and his work with Fiorentina provided a solid foundation for attacking football. The team began to produce more dynamic performances, blending discipline with flair. Under Recagni's leadership, Fiorentina also became known for their resilience in big games. The club was hard to beat, often frustrating stronger sides through disciplined defending and strategic counterattacking. While they didn't win a major title under his stewardship, their consistent top-half finishes in Serie A, along with their memorable performances in the Coppa Italia, solidified Recagni's reputation as one of Italy's most astute football minds. Main achievements: Recagni's time with Fiorentina, as well as his previous spell at Cremonese, saw several notable achievements that made him one of the respected coaches in Italian football during the 1980s. Some of his key accomplishments include revitalizing Fiorentina. Recagni's work with Fiorentina was undoubtedly the highlight of his managerial career. He led the club to fourth place in Serie A in his first season, a significant improvement from their previous struggles. His organizational skills and tactical discipline brought stability and success to the club, which had been in decline in the years before his arrival. Defensive solidity. One of Recagni's defining characteristics as a coach was his emphasis on defensive organization. His Fiorentina teams were built on a solid defensive structure, often playing with a compact midfield and disciplined backline. This made them difficult to break down, even against Italy's best clubs. Development of young talent. Recagni was instrumental in developing younger players at Fiorentina, most notably Roberto Baggio. While Baggio's extraordinary talent was evident from a young age, Recagni provided the platform for his growth, allowing him to flourish as one of the most important attacking players in the country. Cultural shift in Fiorentina. Under Recagni, Fiorentina became known for its disciplined and professional approach to football. Recagni helped foster a strong team ethic, ensuring that all players, regardless of status, contributed to the team's success. This professionalism helped elevate the club in a competitive Serie A environment. Consistency and competitiveness. Recagni's teams were rarely easy to beat, and his Fiorentina side became known for their tactical awareness and resilience. While they did not win any major trophies during his tenure, the club's consistent performances in Serie A and the Coppa Italia showcased Recagni's ability to compete at the highest level with a relatively modest squad.